What's happening, Hardwood Nation? I'm Andrew Hohman. I got out tonight to see Meigs kick off their season with a 64-57 win over Belpre, and since it was the Marauders' first game of the season, we learned a lot about the team. The first and most important thing is their pace. These guys are going to be playing fast all year. A lot of their possessions were inbounds to guys quickly running down the court, a couple quick passes, and a layup. A lot of those layups were from Jared Kennedy, who was a role player last year but really broke out in this game. He had 17 points and 11 rebounds, 8 of those on the offensive end. It was a bit of a tricky offseason, but he is definitely going to be a key player for Meigs down the stretch this season.
We had our second scrimmage. I sat him quite a bit, and the bench is a great motivator, okay? And I think that really woke him up. After that, he was just lights out on the intensity level.
Of course, Kennedy is a new face for the Marauders, but we have some other old faces to keep in mind when watching Meigs. You can't forget about Luke Musser, who was deadly from deep last year, and he showed a lot of great moves tonight. He had 17 points, and you know, all 5 of the starters had 8 points or more, and if they only had 8 points, they contributed in other ways. A great example of that is Caleb Sheets, who transferred back from WOUB this year, so he's with the Marauders again. He only had 8 points, but he had 8 assists and was an electric player for Meigs. Meigs coach Ed Fry loves the balanced look that the Marauders could have this season.
I know with Caleb out there, Colton and Luke, and some of the others, for a while I thought we were going to play 5 basketballs. But they've really come together as a team. They spread the ball around.
And Belpre could keep up with that pace for most of the game, and that allowed them to stay in the game until the final minutes. But the ability for Meigs to go to a different guy on every possession gave them that 64-57 win, and their next game will be against Warren this Friday. Now make sure that you head over to social media and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Snapchat @HardwoodHeroes, and don't forget about the hashtag TVC Heroes. That way you don't miss your TVC basketball coverage. For Hardwood Heroes, I'm Andrew Hohman.